Box Office Studio Report Card 2025. How did we do? The winners and the losers of 2025 from Variety. Alan, you've got the notes for this story.
Yes.
It says, Box Office Studio Report Card: Warner's bets pay off. Disney scores, but Marvel struggles. Tom Cruise can't save Paramount. You have a montage of movies here. Alan, what's in this story?
Well, 2025 was a strange, uneven year for Hollywood. Family films and video game adaptations thrived. Superheroes, once untouchable, stumbled. Sequels still ruled, but originality made a surprise comeback in at least one corner of the industry. The conclusion: brand recognition doesn't equal box office dollars. So let's go over it. Disney, billion-dollar highs, costly misfires. They get a B grade. What worked was Lilo and Stitch, Zootopia 2, Avatar, Fire and Ash. What didn't? Multiple expensive flops, including Snow White, that was this year, Tron, Ares, and Elio. Marvel continued to sputter with 3 straight underperformers. Marvel, one studio's biggest hit maker, struggled to regain its mojo. Key takeaway: Disney's biggest problem is dependence on the past. Family brands no longer guarantee success, especially when audiences sense fatigue. Do you want to talk about Disney real quick?
Do it, please.
I mean, do you want to talk about it? Or
do you
want to continue?
Continue. And
okay,
then
we'll continue. All right. So Paramount, stuck in limbo, graded C. They spent 2025 waiting on its sale for Skydance, and it showed. Bright spots, the modest hits like Smurfs and The Naked Gun. Biggest problem: Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning cost a fortune and barely broke even. No breakout hits to justify blockbuster spending. Key takeaway: Paramount played it safe, but safe wasn't enough for a legacy studio fighting for relevance. So I would say fire everybody and start from scratch. Sony, quietly consistent, grade B. Sony avoided disaster and leaned into anime and mid-budget films. Standouts: Demon Slayer and Chainsaw Man proved anime is a theatrical powerhouse. Comedies and genre performed respectably. Star power only gets audiences into theater if the movie is, good. Key takeaway: no mega hits, but small bets and controlled budgets kept Sony steady. Universal, sequels still sell, grade B+. Universal leaned hard into franchises and mostly won. What worked: Jurassic Park Rebirth, How to Train Your Dragon, and horror sequels with manageable budgets. What didn't? A few cheap flops that didn't hurt too badly. Key takeaways: audiences still love sequels, but Universal needs new franchises, not just maintenance mode. And then finally, 2 more. Warner Brothers, the comeback story, grade A. Warner Brothers pulled off the year's biggest turnaround by betting on bold filmmakers and original ideas. Major wins: Minecraft movie, Sinners, F1, and Weapons. 7 consecutive releases, opening above 40 million, a first in Hollywood history. Key takeaway: originality plus strong directors can pack theaters. Warner Brothers proved it. And then finally, A24, going through growing pains, graded B-. A24 tried to go bigger and leaned into bigger budgets, bringing bigger risks. Success: Materialist became a rare indie crossover hit. The failure: expensive prestige films. The Smashing Machine and Eddington flopped hard. Key takeaway: A24 thrives when it stays lean. Prestige ambition alone doesn't sell tickets.
Yeah. All right. What's sad is Warner Brothers had a great year, and now they're for sale. But other takeaway: superhero movies, no guarantee. What do you think, Alan?
Yeah, I mean, look, the Warner Brothers sale, I liken it to when the Anaheim Angels won the World Series. At that point, Disney owned the Angels. Angels go on to win the World Series, and then Disney sells. Why? Because they are the most valuable at that point. And I think Warner Brothers is the same way. Now's the time to sell Warner Brothers because they are on such a high. The stock price is definitely a lot higher than it was when they bought it. And it definitely is a lot higher than it was at the beginning of the year. I can tell you At the beginning of the year, it was $6, and now it's $30. So this is the time to sell Warner Brothers while the coal is striked, while the iron is hot.
Yeah. Look, I think there needs to be a come to Jesus moment about theaters and box office. This Netflix sale, I don't think I've read any commentary or anyone doing the comments on this stuff that thinks it's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's fewer studios are bad. I saw someone on X was saying that by 2030, the studio lot space, because they take up a lot of space. Fox on the west side, this big lot with these like airport hangar giant studio, where they shoot films. Paramount off Melrose, Warner Brothers in Burbank, Disney also in Burbank. This is where they make TV shows and movies. Someone predicted by 2030, they'll be selling them. Like, the real estate, the land is worth too much money.
Yeah.
It's sad to see. I mean, who's making movies here?
Yeah. I mean, I think if Gavin Newsom had his way, he'd buy Warner Brothers, tear it down, and build affordable homes.
Yeah. That's
he's
what
so good at that. It's interesting. I'm looking broadly at what works and what didn't. And I think I think DEI is dead. I mean, even with Disney, Lilo and Stitch, Zootopia 2, Avatar, not particularly DEI, not particularly woke compared to Snow White, Elio, and Tron Ares. Smurf and Naked Gun, same thing. Tried to hold true to its original roots. I don't know that they necessarily succeeded there. Sony won on foreign films that don't subscribe to American cultural hangups. And then Universal just played it safe. Jurassic Park, How to Train Your Dragon, horror films, again, not woke. And then Warner Brothers, Sinners, F1, Weapons, Minecraft, same thing. I mean, the clear message is there. Don't preach to us, and we'll come see your movie.
I would agree.